Look at these battle plans. The spaghetti monster of the Bulgarian Empire moving into Turkey. They really want to push out.
I really like how they're overwhelming the sub cover with just raw numbers of divisions. It's just sure throw away 10 divisions to subs. It's fine. 20 will arrive.
Welcome back to another part of this Hearts of Iron 4 live stream. My name is Alex. I'm the community ambassador for Hearts of Iron 4, and I'm again joined by Robert, game designer. Did I remember it this time? I did.
You got it. You got it, buddy.
Yeah. Game designer for Hearts of Iron 4. This chaotic duo is back again. Apologies for the slight delay on that break. We had some technical difficulties that we had to work out, but we are ready and we are back. The game is about to be rolling, and Robert, the world has changed since last you were here.
It has.
It rather has.
The Bulgarian Empire is no longer contiguous, which I find to be both upsetting and satisfying at the same time.
Speaking of which, we've just had the third Bulgarian Empire form.
Ooh.
Oh, that's actually, that is the kind of color I would love a car in. Weirdly, that sort of pastel mint.
Yeah.
I could, or like a moped colored.
You want a pastel mint car?
yeah, why not?
Pretty cool.
It'd be really good in the summer. Like it wouldn't get that hot.
That's true.
I'll let you control and have a look around the map, so I can look everywhere around. So last time, we declared at the end of day one that Poland had won the first game. So we decided to split both days into different games. We rebalanced some of the economies. And I think we're about to see the massive war plan going back against the Soviets. The second war is going to be matching up. Interestingly, though, we did calculate that Team Turkey could really pull the wool from Team Poland's eyes and start nabbing up some of the victory points around the globe if Team Poland get overextended in this war. So everything is still to play for today.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in what's happened in the United States. Poor Maine.
Yeah,
it's really tragic. Been brought into the unitary Canadian sphere of influence.
Well, it's what happens in Kaiserreich, right? The New England goes to Canada.
Yeah.
But it's been really this conflict has been really interesting because the Japanese, Canadian, Brazilian alliance have managed to every now and then just poke holes, test the lines, and ever so slowly gain ground. And yesterday we saw a really good push in towards New York. Actually, the Americans have managed to get some land back and recapture one of these important forts. But there's a really interesting conflict over here. The ports are being heavily defended now because Team Brazil has been putting in work and nabbing those points all around. I'm still surprised nobody has gone for Havana here and tried to take on Cuba, which is not putting out that many troops, and they are a victory state. So holding Cuba is a victory state, and that will get you points at the end of the day.
I wonder if Cuba's... Oh man, it's gonna be wild. I wonder if Cuba has maxed itself on manpower, but it's yeah, just about. Yep, that's where they're sitting. Well, they're on limited conscription, but for now they are where they are. But yeah, it's Europe has changed. It's unfortunate to see that the dev team has been totally annihilated. I heard the Spanish forts held for all of 3 days, so you know.
Yep. We do have a dev still. They're in Australia. Daniel is over here. Is in Australia. He's gonna be wreaking havoc as well. I just want to show you this because this is. Look how many heavy tank divisions Dankers has. Or are they medium tank divisions? I'm not sure. I think
those are mediums.
Look, 40 with esports. Look at this division. There's Amtraks, there's medium tanks, there's medium AA, there's heavy tonk destroyer, and medium tanks and motorized. What is this division?
It's special is what it is.
It's something else, that's for sure.
I like how he's starting
There
to
we
get
have
the
it. The
mechanized.
war has been declared.
War were declared.
The German-Soviet war has begun. Let's see these borders change, if they're going to change. Yep, we've got German troops. I need to quickly tab out again and change the speed because that's good. The mighty nationalist Togo was de-speeded by this. Oh. Turkey has disconnected. But yes, so Daniel isn't on Team Dev anymore. It was voted by chat for him to join Team Denmark as Naval Australia.
Well,
and this war has been declared. While we're waiting on this pause, let's look at some of these stats. So the fielded manpower, Team Poland is fielding something between 7 and 14 million, whereas fielded manpower on Team Denmark is 4 million.
they've got a lot of boys in the field.
1,000, possibly 1,000 divisions.
That's pretty
Roughly
wild.
1,000 divisions on Team Poland.
I'm going to be interested to see what happens. I don't know if the Germans will be able to break the wall.
As the German forces move on a slow march towards Moscow, thousands of divisions spread between multiple players in this one large faction. As they move on Team Denmark holding the defensive line. I can't remember which river this is. Robert, you might have to help me here geographically. You're muted right now, by the way, bud. Yes, chat. Sorry. That's okay. Sorry about that. We've got naval invasions going out. They're really going to try and break this. We've had a landing in the Ukraine. Kerch has been lost. Sevastopol is now at risk of being cut off. There are tanks moving to defend that. Bulgarian Empire. Look at these battle plans. The spaghetti monster of the Bulgarian Empire moving into Turkey. They really want to push out.
I really like how they're overwhelming the sub cover with just raw numbers of divisions. It's just sure throw away 10 divisions to subs. It's fine. 20 will arrive.
Yeah, we've got troops landing in the Caucasus, completely undefended. I did talk about getting just a bonus Russian army here. But then again, he must have had faith in his allies. India, your troops, where are your troops? We should also take a look at the air map mode. Air cover is not good. They are fighting for air combat everywhere. Look at this plane battle. 30 planes a day going down to against the sub 10 fighters from Team Poland, sorry. Yikes, that is not the casualties you want to be seeing. I know you're playing with the Soviet Union on your side, but that is not losses you want to be taking. The Black Sea combat is insane right now. Let's also take a look at the naval map mode in response of, hang on, is that Australian submarines? The Australian submarines are in the Black Sea.
Excellent.
Daniel is here. Is it enough? Will it be enough for Team Poland to hold? I cannot. It's not letting me switch.
I think things will probably stabilize in mainland Soviet Union for a little bit, but I really want to see what happens down here in Turkey. It is going wild down there. The naval landings are relentless, and the drive from the south is just... Whew. Oh, man. Well, in India, out of fuel.
It's because I'm in the wrong map mode, that's why. I was thinking, why isn't this working? Look at this. Look at this.
Just...
I'm flustered. Look, tanks are cutting through. They've gone through Erzegan. Oh, but they've been countered by the Russian tanks. That's now a cut-off in Trebizond. Oh, this is intense. Look at this surround here. Multiple Turkish forces and a couple of Russian divisions currently cut off because of tanks pushing through Karamanas.
Oh, man, Germany has torn open the soft underbelly of Turkey.
And the German divisions, for the most part, have moved up to the Russian defensive line here. But these sneak attacks through the Caucasus, navally and through the Middle East here with infantry and tank divisions, this spearhead rupturing Team Denmark in twain, clefting them in two. It's going to be causing problems. This is where a focus of all the micro is going to be, and all it takes is for enough people to have their focus down here for this to be set to go and just smash through.
Oh yeah.
Defensive calls are coming out. Let's quickly check over in the USA. There seems to be some naval battles going on, but everything seems to be stagnating. We've got Brazilian landings in Mexico. Come on, Brazil. Again,
they'll clean that up.
Yeah, unfortunately, they haven't been able to get the port. But Brazil relentlessly trying these landings. You got to give them props for keeping on, trying to poke different areas, keep the Russian team over there occupied. But we have tanks. Oh no, this is infantry. Bulgarian infantry just walking their way through the Caucasus region, trying to find themselves a port. Russians valiantly holding out in the Black Sea. Yeah, spaghetti is everywhere. They could run out of supply, though, is the thing.
Yeah,
if these tanks that are around get enough ground.
I mean, honestly, even those forces in Turkey could get choked out, I think.
Hang on. Oh. Here comes the Dutch. The Leo Belgicus units landing here in Estonia. Hold on, let's go take a look at them. Whip back over here quickly. These marine divisions that were the death knell for Great Britain have now landed in Estonia behind the lines. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. I don't know if Bo is actually on top of that. Luckily, they haven't been able to grab a port just yet, but if they walk around enough, they might be able to find something. If they connect over here, they'll get supply through the island.
Yeah, that'll be bad. And they've already disrupted some of the air bases as well, so that's just... Yep. And Russia was doing decent in the air.
Defensive calls coming out.
I mean, it's...
Russian units in Stalingrad. I think these have been rapidly deployed to try and fill that line, fill that gap. Fall upon your sword. Love has no meaning. Russia moving on in.
I mean, it looks pretty grim right now, but honestly, a lot of these divisions are going to end up, I think, getting eaten up, and the divisions here in Turkey as well could honestly just be choked by submarine control.
Yeah,
I mean,
this submarine flotilla here, if Australia can keep this up, how is Australia's fuel doing? They've got 21 days of fuel. Will that be enough to keep them choked? If so, they could... I mean,
Russia only 45 days as well. Yeah,
Team Poland could run out of supply. It's going to be a battle of attrition. It really is. A battle of micro and a battle of attrition. Let's check on Germany's fuel. 1 day? They've only got 1 day of fuel.
Oh.
This could go in Team Denmark's favor. However, we have Bulgarian Marines heading towards Ankara.
Yeah, I just think they're going to end up having a... Oh.
Bulgaria has just broken the ciphers. Oh, the spy master that is Taureor, the grand battle plan master that planned the swift invasion of Europe yesterday and is clearly still pulling those puppet master strings, is really starting to, use that machine mind of his to break the will of Team Denmark. We'll have a quick whip over to the Americas. There are landings. We have landings in the North America. It could be enough to just pull some of those lines away.
It's like a Brazil suicide.
Who's been playing mines? That's actually one rule we should have had. Oh no, they got fixed in the anniversary update?
I don't think it's as big of a performance drag now. So
yeah,
I don't think we banned that.
No, we didn't. It was one of the many things we should have considered, but I think it was actually repaired in the anniversary update. There was a big thing that it actually caused a lot of lag in multiplayer, but I can recall that being in the patch notes now. Look at this line through Finland as well. We forget the Northern Front. It's a combined arms push of what looks like French, Swedish, Bulgarian, is that Slovakian? We've got Swiss troops. Really, it's the AI swarm, the vassal swarm. It's like if you're running the HRE in EU4 and you just vassalize everything. They're pushing their way towards Leningrad. Helsinki has fallen. Oh, this is getting intense. They are being thrown from all sides. Germany is out of fuel. They've got 5 days. The Soviets, 23 days. India, 24 days. Turkey must 2 years. Go for you, Turkey. Ankara is surrounded, though. There are troops swarming them from all sides. Oh, unhistorical. You are fighting valiantly. There they go. Turkey has fallen, apparently. They still hold their capital, though, so that the points have not gone to Team Poland. How is Australia doing? Australia, 3 years of fuel. That's perfect. They can keep those subs going. They can keep that harassment up. They can start ruining the supply. My absolute lord. Troops getting surrounded in the Caucasus. Oh, no, that's not surrounded. Oh, these battle lines are confusing me with the colors. National focus cancelled.
Yeah, I don't
the Dutch have been completely cut off now, which is nice. But these lines need to be solidified here. They're holding at the rivers. It's a good chance. Leningrad being held. I wonder who's microing what over here. I wonder who's got it.
Yeah, I mean, that's my question, is the micro requirements for this are just so high on, especially the Soviets right now, because of the vassal swarm and everything else. I mean, I think the 3 divisions per province in the north will probably be enough to hold off those AI divisions, but I will see.
We have a breakthrough. America's made a breakthrough. Toronto. They've pushed up into Canada.
Well, that is a big surround.
They've pocketed this unit over here below Toronto.
What is that, like 15 divisions?
Yeah, there's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 divisions. 12 divisions. And if they're all Tora, no, they're not. They're Chido Sanyao, so they're 20 wits and 10 wits. If they're the Tora divisions, the ones with the katana, they're 40 wits. So if you see them surrounded, that's spelling big news and big trouble.
Yeah, folded over 1,000 times.
The fall of Pearl Harbor. Hawaii has been taken. Yeah, that surround is rough. That was really rough. That's some troops that they don't want to lose, and some valuable factories in southern Ontario.
I guess holding on to Hawaii doesn't matter so much anymore once they're already in Connecticut.
Well, last play session of today, we saw the Japanese Navy absolutely smash the US Navy. A total of about 5 carriers were lost, and a good 50-odd submarines. That's just summarizing it. So the naval game was heavily lost for Team Russia. Team Turkey are now using that, doing the island hopping campaign. But Team Russia is pulling the wool over their eyes on land, so it's all to play for still over here. Look at this, just... I was going to say it's an Atlantic wall, because it is. It's an Atlantic wall, but it's the other side of the Atlantic than what we know. Just look at all these troops. What are these divisions? Just infantry divisions? Are they 20 wits? Yeah, 20 wits. Still enough to hold the line there.
Yeah, personally, I would just let them have Florida. But, you know,
really?
That's just my prejudice speaking.
Oh, you think the environment will actually be of a detriment to the troops? Is that what you're thinking? Just like
you know.
Oh, there should be a thing of stationing troops in Florida, just random chances to take attrition for being eaten by alligators.
Alligators, mosquitoes, Florida men.
Florida men. The hilarious thing is the guy taking over as community manager, Benjamin Magnus Games, following Josh, who sadly, it was his last time on the brand today. But Ben, he's a New Yorker, but he lives in Florida. So we prod fun at that all the time, because, you know, Florida.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think our community could be well handled by a Florida man. Looks like the Soviet Union and Bulgaria and Germany are also like having fuel problems, so everyone's just kind of out of fuel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think there's enough fuel in the world for this many tanks to be running at once. Oh no, Germany's fixed their fuel problems. They're great again. All right, well, I take back what I said.
Are they trading?
Oh, they have to be.
They're buying it from Bulgaria.
No, this is chromium. Let me see that sweet.
They're buying it from the USA.
Oh!
So Team Russia is sending... Has Team Russia not closed their economy? They're still on limited exports, but it's all being bought by Germany. I would have just full-on closed the economy at this point, need all of that resources yourself, and also starve out the other teams. But maybe they couldn't. Yeah. Maybe they were trying to feed some to Team Russia. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to hold on to those buffs. Maybe they feel like they need the factories right now for a boost. But yeah, I don't know.
It's just a human wave.
Oh yeah, no.
You have to give them props though. The micromanagement skill of Dankus and just the mind of the other two players. We can't go understate how equally they've provided to the team. Like Taureor had an amazing plan and has been doing some serious work as spy master and managing the production as as Bulgaria. Dankus with his tanks and his infantry is just heavily microing against everybody, finding those weak spots, pushing through, and then Kalach. I apologize if that's not how you say the name. Our Polish our other Polish influencer. It's just he's been very on it with his naval invasions. He's found the right breakthroughs. He was honestly the person that broke Bratton in England. And I mean, they've all pulled their weight, and it's been invaluable. And it's honestly been a masterclass almost to watch. But I have to say, Bo is fighting valiantly, and Team Denmark aren't laying over. There's still many miles before Moscow, and they are holding the line here.
I will say though, I think it's rip now for the Soviet Union just because of that breakthrough near Georgia. It's funny. This is exactly the way I lost the last Soviet game I played. That I lost.
Well, this is how they lost yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this encirclement as well. Trapped in the mountains, a lot of divisions.
I don't think he has the forces to put down there to stop that push. Like, so
let's see, have we got anyone in recruit?
No.
26.
What's his equipment look like?
Hell.
Yeah, no, they're fucked.
Sorry, was that 2.1 million fighters? How are they down 2.1 million fighters?
That has to be an overflow. That has to be just like a display error.
That must be that
integers and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Hang on.
There's.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere else. I really hope that they're not in the whole 2.1 million fighters. That's got to be an integer error.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, either way, it's looking pretty grim. I mean, they don't have the forces now to plug that southern thrust, and I saw at least 10 tank divisions down there just driving. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
The stalemate on the United States lines. Just look at this. They've now got a Pacific Wall going on as well as their Atlantic Wall. Although Mexico has control of St. Lawrence Island. Okay. It's not St. Lawrence Island. It's Victoria. Is it Victoria Island? Elizabeth Island? I can't remember what that's called.
I can't remember. I just know it's like near where Vancouver is, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I always forget what it's called.
And now the back door into the Ukraine, into the Crimean Peninsula.
Man, I don't know what the Soviet Union can do about this. I have a feeling that entire front line is about to be encircled.
The thing is, as soon as they lose Sevastopol as well, there is not a place for Australia to put their subs. So the Australian subs that were causing such issues over here are gonna. How many subs are you down to? That actually looks very few. Oh no, you've still got 63. So you've lost a few there, Daniel.
Yeah, he's probably had to pull a bunch of them back because of fuel. He's very low on fuel, so he's probably got a bunch in port. And I mean, really, at this point, there's almost nowhere to buy the fuel from because the Soviet fuel has all been taken now, or most of it's been taken. And I guess Team Poland is just buying up everything from America. So, but there will be a stand at Stalingrad.
I love this.
Yeah,
these heavy tank divisions just holding at Stalingrad.
Man.
I'm surprised that he hasn't pulled off of the line slightly.
I mean, I think from when I was looking at the pushing earlier, he was so close to getting pushed off that line. I think that any amount of troops that get taken off then he'll just get shoved there, you know?
Yeah, he just has nothing to hold back here, though, or in they're focused in the north, and this breakthrough is just going to be the end of it because that'll encircle the whole line. If Dankus just carves a line through Moscow up here, you've encircled the entire Russian army.
Yeah. And I mean, at this point, to contain that, you'd need at least, I don't even know, 40 divisions for that, at least?
Yeah. India's holding back though.
Yeah.
Look at the USA. I'm back at the USA. Things have not moved.
Maybe up in the northwest? No, I don't see any bubbles. Maybe something big's about to happen.
Maybe. But this is going to be... Oh, there's nothing in the pocket. Stalingrad surrounded. The tanks will valiantly hold at Stalingrad. But my lord, this is... Now this is pod racing. Look at this. Look at the Russian forces try to hold at Stalingrad.
No fuel, no supplies.
Oh, there's a breakthrough. There is a breakthrough from the Russian lines. The Russians are bewildered and bemused. There's tanks in Smolensk. There are tanks moving. There are troops coming from everywhere. The entire Russian army is gonna get encircled. Moscow has fallen. I repeat, Moscow has fallen. This looks like the death knell. It's insane. It's honestly insane.
It's really well executed. I mean, Team Poland is going to have all the borscht they could ever want.
Absolutely.
But Smolensk still holds. That makes me feel good.
Where's the new Russian capital? That's going to be the interesting thing. Because if it's all the way over in Vladivostok...
It shouldn't be. They still have, I think, a few major VPs in the West.
That's what I'm thinking. I can't actually see it. Oh, it's because they haven't taken the full state of Moscow.
Oh, they don't have full control yet? Okay.
Yeah, so it hasn't actually fully swapped out of being Moscow. The reason I ask is because the cutoff will matter then. Because it's distance from capital, right? And if you're cut off from the capital...
It's such a...
doomed.
Oh, yeah. It's such a disgusting yet beautiful thing to behold. Oh, look at that mass division movement.
Absolutely.
I don't think the Red Army can recover from this.
I think the Red Army is now the dead army, unfortunately.
Yes. Hoorah.
The biggest pockets I've ever seen in Hoi, I'm pretty sure we are seeing right now. The gore of these front lines, as well as the tendrils of the Bulgarian Empire and the Sveireich and the German Reich, and everything has paused for me. The Soviet Union has capitulated.
Okay. I want to see like a nice 40s era propaganda poster with Bulgarian tendrils reaching out across the world.
Yeah. That's it. They're dead. Team Denmark has fallen. Hello. Hey, Bo. Hey, hello. Hello. Oh, yeah. Daniel, you're part of this team as well now. Hello. Hey, college. Hey, on historical. My man. Oh, hey, Victor. Hello. Welcome as well. So we are joined here, everybody, by Team Denmark. Oh, wow. Guys, what happened?
Happened there? Yeah, he had tanks everywhere, so we just got right-clicked and destroyed.
I mean, Carlos doesn't know what he's talking about. It proves this just shows it. What happened was we didn't have oil, so we couldn't use our tanks against his tanks, so we didn't even play the game. We didn't even fight him.
For a moment there, though, Germany was completely out of oil while you had 21 days left. The submarines were doing enough. It was almost a battle of attrition, and then they just pushed enough into the Caucasus and captured your oil. There was a close moment where you could have possibly starved them out. But well played from all of you. Talk us through it. Talk us through from step one of yesterday. What was your initial plan if you had one as a team?
Where can I start? I mean, see, the original plan, possibly to survive was like, I was going to naval invade the rubber islands so I could starve out the air force of rubber and aluminum. and maybe we can like with the since we have better tanks than them, we could possibly hold them back in Syria and Iraq. But they pushed way too fast into Turkey.
They pushed hard and fast, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turkey kind of got its lungs torn out really quick. It was hard to watch.
We needed more tanks down there, but they had 16, so it would have been a hard fight even if we were ready for it.
I mean, they just had so many tank divisions everywhere. The micro requirements for stopping all that was just so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dankus had 64 of his esports tank divisions ready as the war was declared. An amazing amount of
if I may put my sense on it,
go for
when
it.
we lost Turkey, we didn't have a front line down there. I rushed divisions down there to set up a front line, but by the time I arrived, they already had the oil, and then the game was over. Because if you look at my units, I wasn't even playing the game. I never actually. You even with the buff from yesterday, we didn't even fight really. Because I built up an army that could fight Dankus, but I didn't even get to try and fight him. That's the whole point here. When we lost the Caucasus, it was game over.
Yeah, and there was a lot coming at you. Like there was a vassal swarm moving through the Sveirijk down through Leningrad. There was the big, obviously, the army face up on that river there, but the Caucasus region was where it really was the death. Now, I'm enjoying the fact that Pakistan is currently alive and kicking right now and trying to hold its own.
My puppet survived, but I didn't.
Yeah, apparently somehow Pakistan survived and is now being gobbled by the Bulgarian Empire. Oh, but guys, it's been an absolutely pleasure having you play the game with us over this weekend. Over these past 2 days. If there was something you could have done differently next time, what would it have been? Whether that goes all the way back to the team pick stage, would you have picked different nations? Would you come at it with a different focus? Would you go with a different plan? What for you was would you change?
Not picking Spain.
You wouldn't change spending all your IC on factories, or forts?
Maybe that as well, but since his naval invaded me and crushed me, it didn't matter.
I mean, thinking about, I don't know what else much different we could have done. Maybe I would have picked Finland.
That would have changed the thing.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think them conquering France and the Balkans in 1 year, I think that already set the game up for how this outcome. After that happened, there's nothing changing it.
I mean, yesterday when I saw their factory count, I was just like, oh no. It was so high. Am I muted? I am muted. Whoops.
No,
you were not. We heard you.
It was so high, man. The usage of having vassals to boost factory count all over Africa was really crazy in the early game to help boost the homeland production.
Still, I liked it that during early this war, I managed to kill more than Soviet Union by just submarine raiding all Bulgaria's naval invasion. I had 500,000 kills in total.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw the Australian Navy, all the submarines suddenly appear over here in the Black Sea, whilst the tendrils of Bulgaria were trying to cross across it, and you just sunk so much. And that's why we were like, okay, if they can hold out and keep their fuel for just this little bit longer, they might starve it out and survive, and it'll become a battle of attrition. But unfortunately, they just got into the Caucasus.
No.
What about you, Unhistorical? What would you have changed if you could have?
I would have researched more of the faction management in Turkey, because I kind of just assumed I'll be able to not figure it out on the fly, but I'll be able to handle it live. Yeah. And yesterday that was a really big problem. I couldn't have any factories. I was losing manpower, no equipment, because we're just dumping it all on the resistance. Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's good to know. Would you have picked a different nation, perhaps, or just then? Would you say that research would have aided you enough?
I wanted Turkey for the resources. I probably would pick Turkey again if I had to redo it. Maybe Romania for more. I guess that we don't need oil that much. because of Russia.
I mean, but at the same time, being Romania right there, it could have posed a bigger threat to Bulgaria in the earlier game. Yeah. Honestly, it could have been a path forward.
Maybe if I went after Greece early, that was a play I knew I messed up on. I should have went after Greece early.
Mm-hmm.
I was just so focused on like expanding to the Middle East.
Yep. I mean, there's good oil around there. Yeah, and the Saudi Arabian war. Now that was a clash and a half.
Have anyone noticed that Germany has just placed submarines in the entire world's water?
Yes.
Except the Mediterranean, because they already own it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, he's currently raiding off the coast of everywhere.
The whole Mare Nostrum is now the world, rather than just the Mediterranean. Wowza.
The Mediterranean is but a lake in the Bulgarian Empire.
Yeah, at this point. What about you, Bo? How would you have changed things up?
Honestly, I would have gone with the same picks. I would still say Colin should have gone for Finland because we're going to form Nordic Union. But at the end of the day, regardless of in terms of picks of what we could have done and what strategy we could have rolled up with, if there wasn't anything to stop them from declaring on Yugo, getting all those nations and then puppeting everything, then regardless of how we played it, there was no way it was always going to be a German victory.
Yeah, that the Yugoslavia war was the real crux, because basically what as an oversight in our own devising of this game, which Taureor masterfully noticed and used to their advantages, because we wanted to avoid player war before 39, but we didn't think about so we removed certain guarantees, but we didn't remove guarantees from AI nations on one another. So the Yugoslavian war pulled in a lot of Europe, meaning that they could get one war for the price of many, essentially. So yeah, that would. Oh, is that the Republic of Belarus they've released there? Oh, interesting. I was just trying to work out what that little nation there in Soviet Bulgaria was. Oh dear. So, but you think you could? So, if the game was set up differently, you think you would have a pretty strong faction, is what I'm hearing, Bo.
I'm not necessarily saying we would be winning. I think we would be more balanced at that point, where we would have a fight where this wouldn't be over by now. We would still be kicking, even like the first war. We wouldn't have had to reset and stuff like that. Like, just looking at tankers right now, 62 tanks. Obviously, but if we just go back to 38, I had a save from that. He had 20 tanks when he attacked Daniel in January of 39. 20 tanks. There's no way any of us were ever going to hold against that.
I had 5 states cored, which is the base amount. I hadn't cored a single extra state. I had 10 real divisions, 30 that was like 8 with. I was like, I'm not gonna hold. It's not gonna work.
Absolutely. They did.
Way too slow.
They essentially is what happens. Team Poland just manhandled Europe and got it under their control. But even so, with all odds against you, valiantly fought Team Denmark and Team Paradox, not forgetting Victor, Daniel, and Bratton, who gave us a really good showing over there. We do seem to have a fair number of troops now into Canadian territory. New England, however, is still under Canadian control, but for how long, we're not sure. Japanese zeros flying over New England. Look at this. So what was this? The Bulgarian industry, is that what we're looking at? Oh my lord, 964 factories.
Delicious.
848,000 guns, with almost 1,000 guns being made a day.
Jeez.
1,000 guns a day. 1,000 guns a day. Holy moly!
I wonder if we split up everyone between Germany and Bulgaria, and then made them betray each other. If it could be close to balance, probably Bulgaria would just win.
Do you think Bulgaria would win?
No. I don't remember. Would crush Bulgaria. Bulgaria only has infantry. Germany has the tanks.
Yeah, that's true. But how many divisions does Bulgaria have? It's like an insane number. I mean, it just might be an insane org wall to break through. Ottawa, chat says.
Ottawa? Is Ottawa
Canada?
fallen?
Canada.
Ottawa has fallen. Ottawa has fallen to the American forces. Now Montreal is now the capital. If Montreal falls, I believe that'll be it for Canada. They must be on their death knell as well in terms of victory points. It might go up to somewhere over here, but I think Vancouver's gone. So, yeah, Vancouver has gone. So it will be down to Montreal. Maybe they'll end up getting... this could be it. And that will trap a lot of Japanese forces up here in Canada. Oh, dear. So, yeah, why don't we try and split Team Denmark up with Team... Well, we'll see if Team Poland are a game for it. And split between Bulgaria and the German Reich. And we duke it out there.
I have to play like a German puppet or something?
Well, we could have a German puppet, or you could co-op in.
Yeah, everyone gets 12 tank divisions.
Wait, are you saying Bulgaria versus Germany, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We break up their faction, and we reorganize the European Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, and we'll see who can survive. If it will be see who can. It's the thing though. Let's pull up Team Poland. Let's talk to them.
I think I'm gonna have some Bulgar tonight in honor of the Bulgarian victory. It'll be delicious.
Oh, come on, man. That's just salt in the wound.
I'll be honest, I don't know how... I think Taureor would last shorter time than the USSR did, because if you look at his divisions, he only built fillers. He doesn't have anything of proper use.
That's true.
Yeah,
he does have 1,000 of them, though.
And then he just
But
sent like the 60 tanks in the
straight through
Balkans.
and capitulate him.
Yeah, probably.
Hello.
Hello, Team
Oh,
Poland.
were you just shit-talking me?
We were talking about... Yeah, maybe. I wasn't really paying attention. But welcome on in. Well done today. Again, wow. This is also the most disgusting Bulgaria I've ever seen in Hoi.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. So, we were having the idea for the last leg of this, which we're going to be going into. Do you fancy finding out who the true ruler of Europe would be?
Yes.
And we divide Team Poland between you, give you some co-ops. You guys can work it out in our next break of who's going where. And we reopen the European Thunderdome, and we put Bulgaria versus Germany and see who the real victor is going to be.
It's probably going to be Germany.
I'm down for that.
See, the problem with this is I'm probably going to lose, so that's a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
That
at least you're
attitude.
honest. Yeah, there are Japanese bicycle divisions being pushed back in Canada. I love that they've brought out the bicycles. Montreal has now been surrounded. This could be it for Team Turkey's American forces if they're not careful. If Canada capitulates, it could trap a lot of Japanese
You sure
troops.
you've recruited enough divisions, Taureor?
Have you
Yes,
seen
only
his
500.
1,000 guns he's making a day?
I'm just looking at his. I'm spectating. I can see what he's in his division queue right now.
Probably by the time we pause, it'll be 1943. Maybe we say start in December of 43. So you've got a little bit of prep time and get yourselves organized, or is that too long?
I think half a year, more like.
I think
Because he
yeah.
has a lot more economy than me. But yeah.
A year, that's a long time,
Kings-
chat. Wait a year. That's a long
Okay.
time.
We'll go half a year. Half a year then.
That's a long time, man. You should
So-
look up Call
Hang on.
to Arms. What's that?
I have it. We're going to make it June
What type of game is
6th.
it?
We're going to do... we'll make the date that you can declare war June 6th, 1943. Because June 6th, It's not only D-Day, but it's the Hoy anniversary date. So we'll use the Hoy anniversary date as your go date. That will be when the Thunderdome can explode.
Fun zone.
We'll see what happens. But guys, awesome play today. Sorry, Team Denmark, that it didn't go your way. And Team Poland, just well done for the showing. But we'll see you in the final part for the Thunderdome opening up. But chat, we will be going to a break.